So the first question was if you can kind of explain where the Economic Development Council is in terms of the strategic plan.
Okay. Well, as you know, by attending some of the EDC meetings, that we've hired Jeanette Goldsmith and company, and she has an associate with her, Don Kirkman, and they started working with us at the beginning of September, the first week in September, and have made, let's see, about 3 visits here, and they will be coming back next week as well. So they've been doing a lot of information gathering, discovery of just where things are in the county with economic development. And they have interviewed probably upwards of about 100 people between focus groups and individual interviews from all sectors of the economy. The focus groups ranged everywhere from real estate people to financial, banking, real estate, if I didn't mention that one, agriculture, entrepreneurs, and just anything and everything to try and gather information during this discovery phase. And essentially turning over all the rocks, so to speak. And obviously some of it doesn't look too good when you turn over the rock. You'd like to put it back, but that's not getting us to where we need to be. So we're putting it all on the table. And so next week they'll be coming back and we'll have a focus group meeting. We have put a focus group together to look at the results and things like that, and to kind of give them feedback as we go through the process of putting the plan together. And so that'll take place next week. So they're getting real close to coming up with all their information that they're looking for, and have a completed plan done by beginning of December is the plan right now. And then that will be presented to the community as we go forward from there. So that's kind of where we are with the plan right now.
Okay. Are you at a point yet to determine what types of industry would be the best fit for Citrus County?
Actually, we have looked at that, and get that information out here. We're looking at, there's about 10 of them, and I'll give them to you in alphabetical order. Agriculture / aquaculture is one. Energy and power systems is another. Environmental sciences. Light manufacturing and assembly. Marine trades. Medical services / healthcare. And outdoor recreational equipment and products. And this would be things like high-end kayaks or paddle boards or something like that, because of our ecotourism and things like that would attract those kind of businesses here, of people that want to work here, live here, and own a business here. And then high-end retirement. That's people, bringing people in, the baby boomers that want to participate in what we have here with the ecotourism, the kayaking, the biking, the soft tourism type things that want to be a part of that. And that means that they build higher end houses and things like that would keep our trades busy. And then of course tourism is the other one. So that's about 10 of them that we're looking at right now. That could be refined over time, but that's kind of where we sit at this point.
Some Florida counties, and Volusia comes to mind because they make the news in doing this, have made a point of promoting themselves in person at various trade shows and conferences around the United States and even in Canada. Any type of promotion attempts like that on the horizon for the EDC?
There will be, when we put our strategic plan together. We plan to get into a marketing program, outside of the county, and outside of Florida even, to bring in these industries that we're looking at having. And but we'll wait until we get the strategic plan put together before we put those trips together. And also, we're working with our partners, North Florida Economic Development Partnership, and also the Tampa Bay Partnership, of marketing through them. And then we'll see where that leads us with trips as well.
What is the biggest drawback or the biggest obstacle to selling Citrus County to prospective industries?
One of the problems we're having is getting sites ready. I mean, just pad-ready sites, buildings, that kind of thing. And it's when you go out to market, when you get an investor that wants to come into the county, what happens is they would like to have their business up and running within about a year and a half. And that means we'd have to be able to get utilities, sewer, water, power, those kind of things to that site within about 6 months. And so the sites we have right now, a lot of them, we struggle with how we're going to get those utilities to those sites within that amount of time. But we do have some sites picked out that we think are pretty close to getting utilities there at some point in time. And then we don't have buildings. That's an issue for us. Now, for example, we do have a building actually right here in Meadowcrest, Technology Square as they call it, which is the building behind Sun Trust. We have about 25,000 square feet there that could be used for light manufacturing or warehousing or something like that. But that is just one of the very few structures that we have that would be available now for somebody to come in and set up without building a structure right now.
Do you think the Economic Development Council is adequately funded for success? And if not, what can be done?
Well, I think it's pretty well known that the EDC here in Citrus County is probably has one of the lowest budgets of any economic development organization in Florida. Our budget is $200,000 a year for all of our operations. And it's not just that, but we need to also put money into structures that are ready for investors. And so we need to find money to put buildings on the ground and things like that. So when we go out and market, we can say to an investor, we've got 15,000 or 20,000 square feet of space with a loading dock that's ready to go. You can move in right now. And so we need to come up with those kind of investments, and also to get sewer and water to those properties. And that would come from grants and things like that, along with some investment by the county.
Okay, in terms of attracting outside jobs, what are the county's biggest needs in terms of its workforce?
What we're finding through this discovery process, and it doesn't come as too much of a surprise, I don't think, to most people, is that we do have what they call the brain drain in Citrus County, where you have a lot of your young people that either go away to college, go away to school outside of the county, and then there are not any jobs for them to come back to here in the county. And it's also true of CF here. A lot of the young people go to CF and get their 2-year degree with the idea that they're going to go into a 4-year degree somewhere else, so they leave the county at that point in time. So it's really I think the technical skills and the soft skills that we're finding that is lacking in the county. And that would be an issue on bringing businesses in. Now, some of the businesses that we would bring in would be probably in the range of less than 100 people. So you wouldn't have a lot of people that you're trying to bring in at one point in time.
What are the biggest needs in terms of quality of life issues, such as shopping, culture, housing?
Well, that's quality of life is a lot of things to different people. I always use the analogy that there's like 3,500 counties in the United States, and most every one of them think they have a good quality of life. So, we think in terms of more things like what is the pay grades in the area. And how does that factor into people that have a good quality of life? Because if you don't have a job and you're not providing for your families, and that impacts your quality of life. It isn't just we think in terms of kayaking and sports and things like that that are available.
And what are some of the comments you might want to make, just so the public is kind of aware of where EDC is going and what you're trying to accomplish in a broad sense?
Okay. Yeah, good question, and something I'm trying to educate the people in the county on is that in the past, we haven't really marketed Citrus County outside of Citrus County. And that's what we're trying to put together now, is to work with our regional partners, with the North Florida Economic Development Partnership and the Tampa Bay Partnership, to get our sites out there on their website so we can market what we have here in Citrus County. And also work with the state, because I think we've been bypassed as an area for opportunity for economic development, just because we haven't marketed ourselves in the past. And we need to pick up that pace with the state once we get our strategic plan together and show what we have to market out there, so that we can get with the state people and start working with them directly to help us market Citrus County. And also, a lot of people think it's going to be like just an overnight thing, and it's not. It's they use the analogy of it's a marathon, not a sprint, so to speak. And things aren't just going to turn around overnight. It's going to take time to do that. So.
If I can just ask one other question, I know you've made some preliminary contacts. What kind of reception do you get?
Preliminary contacts.
So should you, when you call maybe a business or someone who's thinking of relocating or moving to this county, are there an awareness of what's here? Is there?
And that's one of our problems, is the lack of awareness for what we have in Citrus County. And the other thing is kind of a lack of product, really. Because if we don't have the sites that are ready so that a business can get up and running within a year and a half, then they're going to bypass us and go somewhere else. And that's another thing with quality of life, is that people seem to think, well, you automatically want to move here because of the quality of life. And then, you just get a job and the job is secondary. But when you're looking at a business coming in, then, a business might get 150 RFPs, requests for proposals, from various counties throughout the nation. And so to site their business there, so the first thing they're looking at is, okay, how do we get that down to 15? Well, they don't look to see how many people have manatees or kayaking trails and bike trails and things like that. When they put them in the hopper like that, and as they go down through, then quality of life might come in when you get to be maybe a top 5 or top 10. That's when quality of life would come in, or as the industry calls it, quality of place. And that's what I was talking about as far as the area having opportunities for raising families along with a good job and good income, along with the amenities that you have for quality of life. So that's all quality of place as it factors in.
Okay, that's all I have. If you have any other comments,
Okay.
It's a major undertaking.
It is. It is. And what I would also say is that, we've done a lot of hard work here on a strategic plan over the past couple of months, and also over the next couple of months, but the real hard work starts in January, when we start to implement the plan and the initiatives and things like that.